start. So yesterday we have covered few topics that is related to the enterprise structure. So we understood like from EWM point like plant and storage location, and ECC warehouse is important. Okay, at least we should know that this part. And then from the warehouse structure point of view, there is a hierarchy in that we need to define first warehouse, then storage type, then comes storage section and storage bin. So highest element is warehouse and lowest element is the storage bin. Okay. So then we saw like how the stocks is visible in both the systems, and also yeah, Prashant, maybe you can mute. Okay. Yeah, Prashant, we have already started just 2 minutes before. Okay, so we are just going to what are the covered yesterday, and I think Ananya has also joined with you, correct? So
Yes.
okay, fine, fine. So from storage location point of view, you understand like there is some locations are warehouse manage and some locations kind of IM manage. And the stock visibility point of view, the stock what we see in ECC is a consolidated at the storage location level, whereas in EWM we can see the stock at the bin level. So that is what we understood. So now today what we will do, we will navigate through a warehouse. Just consider like we are working on some new project and we wanted to figure out like what is the enterprise structure and what is the warehouse structure for the some reference warehouse. So how we are going to navigate. Okay, so I'll add favorite. So in mon transaction, as we know, like the input that what we have that warehouse is JN02 and monitor is SCP. Okay, so this information is available, and so now from this we wanted to drill down like what is our plant. So here in this case, this is the inbound delivery. Okay, and in this systems, our inbound delivery, that means EWM inbound delivery number range is exactly same as the delivery that we have created in ECC. So from here, simply I will going in VL33N, and here I can find out like the information like this belongs to this plant. Okay, and storage location is this. So this information I got it from the delivery. If in case the number range is different, so probably we need to go into the reference document and we will be knowing what is the ERP original documents, and from that we can fetch this information. Okay, this is the one way of identifying my warehouse is belongs to which plant. Okay, and from the configuration point of view, if I want to know from the configuration side, what we can do, we can go in SCM, extended warehouse management, and here in the interface section we will be getting the information about the ERP integration. So here we will be having some idea like the assignment of the warehouse number from the logistic execution. Okay, this is one where we are going to find out, and the mapping of storage location from ERP system to EWM. So let's go through this. So what the information I have, like yeah, so SJ02, this is the plant, and this plant is assigned to this warehouse number. So the initial information was with JN02. From the JN02 at these configurations, we understood like this is the plant. Okay, this is the plant, and this storage location combination, it has assigned to the availability group. So availability group is the assignment for the plant and storage location with the warehouse. Okay, and further this availability group is assigned to the storage type. Okay, that means that storage type belongs to this storage location. Okay, let's say 0020, there is one storage type. For the storage type availability group, we have maintained 002. So whatever the stock available there in the storage type, that's supposed to equal to this storage location 001. Okay, so this is the configuration where we are able to find out the plant. Okay, so I will take this plant. I wanted to go further in SPRO, and I wanted to find out now what is the ECC warehouse. The ECC warehouse is 3-digit warehouse. So we will be knowing somewhere here. Okay, so here assignment of the plant and storage location to the ECC warehouse. So here is the warehouse number, that is ESJ2 3-digit warehouse number. Okay, so now we got the information like what is the plant, what is the storage location, and then what is the warehouse number. Okay, hope this is clear. And here there are two storage location, and both the storage location belongs to this warehouse number, SJ2 and SJ2. Okay, so this is the configuration. Now this SJ2 warehouse will assign to the EWM warehouse. So that we will also see. That is this one. So here this is SJ2 warehouse is assigned to JN02 number. Okay, I have entered now. We can see the SJ2 warehouse is assigned to this warehouse number, JN02 number. Okay, so from the given EWM warehouse, we are able to find out all the information till the plant storage location, and also we saw like availability group is also assigned to the plant and storage location. Okay, so now is any question regarding these two configurations regarding to plant storage
Hello.
location? Yes.
Yes, yes, yeah. Actually, Anand, can you like shows from the very beginning, like how into the ACC we are assigning it, and we also have to define the logical systems as well between the two stages.
Yeah, correct, correct. So
So
so we will
if you could
start.
do it from the start, that would be good. And
Yeah,
if
yeah,
actually
we are doing.
possible, try to create a new actually plan storage location in the warehouse as well. So
Yeah.
it is
So
also
that is we supposed to do right now. Okay, so just
right.
like idea is that to navigate through the available information, how we can navigate it. Now what we will do, we will first list down what are the steps, configurations that we need to do it, and we will do step by step so that we will understand it completely. Okay, so I will start doing this one. So first thing that we are going to define plant. So we can define like okay, so we this is our plant we are going to define, and in this we are going to define the storage location. So I will be defining 1001, 1002, 1003. This is storage, and here we are going to assign like we will make it like a warehouse. VP0 is our ECC warehouse, in bracket ECC warehouse, and for two storage location we will be assigning WP0 and WP0 warehouse. Okay, and for this one we will keep it as a IAM storage location. Means we are not doing any assignment. Okay, so after completing this, the third steps we would require to do to assign the shipping point. This is required for the delivery creation, shipping point for delivery. So that we will be assigning to our plant, that is WP01. After this, next step would be for our requirement, we need to define the ECC warehouse configuration. Okay, in that we are going to define our warehouse is extended warehouse. It's not a local warehouse. We are going to define as the extended warehouse. Fifth configuration will be we are going to create a distribution model. Distribution model. Okay. There we would be having some logical systems, some model. We will be taking this one, and for our warehouse we will be creating a distribution model so that relevant objects will be considered, for example inbound delivery, outbound deliveries. Okay, and that will be distributed to the other systems. And after this creation of the distribution model, we'll be creating EWM, a warehouse. Then we will be defining the number range for our warehouse, and for warehouse task we will be creating warehouse task. Okay, or warehouse order, that we can do it now or later. Okay, then after defining this number range we will be defining the storage type. So what are the storage type we will be defining? Like we will be creating 0010, 4 digit actually. This is 4 digit. So and then we will define some more storage types like 9010, that is called the ZR zone. Then I think 9030 will be the GI zone, and then we can define some storage type for the packing work center. So there are 3-4 storage type we are going to create. Then after that, we are going to define the storage location, storage section. Uh, so we will be defining the storage section for all this. Storage section, okay. That will be either a slow or fast kind of thing. Storage sections will be creating, or general storage section we will see. I will list down, okay, so that we can refer it later. Otherwise, I will be doing, and if we are noted down, then we will lost the track. After storage sections, we will be defining activity area. Okay, so activity area, like we will be performing picking, packing. Okay, so we will be creating activity area as per our storage type. So this will be our activity areas. Okay, for example, we will be creating activity area, and we will be creating one more activity area, is a general activity area. This is called the physical inventory. Physical inventory activity, kind of common activity. So for that we are creating one physical inventory as an activity area. Okay. Mm, After this, now the warehouse is available. Then staging area we need to define. Okay, we are going to define the staging area, and most important is the storage bin. Okay, we want some storage bin between WT10 or WP20. So we will be going to define the storage bins. Yes. And then interface we need to define. Interface PWM to ECC. So I will start doing this. Any additional customization that we need to do, we will be adding here. Okay. So that I can do it later. So in enterprise structure, we will be copying this. Okay, rest of things I will keep it as it is. Maintain storage location. This. So we have created 3 storage location for this plant WP01. Now in logistic executions, we'll be defining the warehouse. WDO. We have defined our ECC warehouse in logistic execution. Now come to the assignment. Assign warehouse number to plant and storage location. I'm creating for our plant. Plant is this. Storage location 1001 and 1002. Okay, we did the assignment of plant storage location to warehouse. And after this assignment, this basic settings we have done as of now. Then in logistic execution, okay, we are going first we have completed enterprise structure. Now we are here in logistic execution in extended warehouse management integration. There is a basic settings. So we are going to configure SAP EWM specific parameter. This is the WH configuration. WM's basic setup of connectivity. And here we will try to find out our warehouse. Okay, so here in this warehouse it is says local WM and I need to change to EWM extended warehouse. Okay,
Hello. What is the third option there?
yeah, this is called the decentralized WM, correct? Now in this case, this is the extended warehouse management. and there was like I mean, like the earlier, like we used to have a decentralized WM integration. So in that case, we used to select this decentralized EWM. But now main focus will be either it will be a EWM only. If it is related to this extended warehouse management, so we are selecting this EWM. Okay, even like for example, if you want to deploy the solution to the decentralized EWM, your selection option will be the E. Okay, so this is the relevant settings that we need to do it. Okay, from local we need to change to this EWM. Okay, even
Okay.
in a
What
decentralized
what about
environment.
the yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, even it is mentioned like the decentralized WM, it is the terminology that we used to earlier. Okay, that's it's remains same as it is, but the relevance for us is only the EWM, extended warehouse management. Okay, and
Okay.
and and if it is
And
the
what is
decent
the like
uh,
use of the rest of the options that are that on that screen? This
for
screen like this mode and all of that.
yeah, normally like we are referring the standard settings. Okay, so here in this case we have a distribution model. Okay, so we are distributing immediately. For example, you have created a delivery, so you have the option like whether you want to distribute that delivery immediately at the time of document creation, or you want to stop this distribution. So if that warehouse has a option to stop this distribution, that means you are going to distribute it manually later.
Okay.
Okay, and then we have the communication, like how is the communication is happening. This is standard one, that our queues and synchronize settings that normally we are referring it. Okay, and that is the standard ones we have. Okay, and apart from that there is another settings like delivery change. Okay, or if there is any delivery change happens, then we will be sending that information. Okay, so this is the settings that we need to maintain. So normally, like first is the extended warehouse management, that is the EWM related distribu- distribution mode, and then communication to the EWM.
Okay.
Okay, so in our case we will add these settings also, delivery change, because we will be doing some changes in the delivery, so that should be updated. Okay, so that we are inside. Then define queue for transfer of SAP EWM. This is not, we will be defining it right now. Okay, it is already, so this is uh, the receivers, they are already defined. Okay, we need to use the relevant receiver. Okay, which is our EWM system that is receiving these informations that we need to find out, and we need to use here in the distribution model. So what I can do, I can find out the existing model, and similarly we can refer that one. So Okay, I think we were working on this J2, and for this we get to know like this is our logical RFC. So we will be using this one model using so logical systems of SAP EWM, and this is the distribution model. Our warehouse okay. And object is relevant, all the objects we will be distribute the information of inbound delivery, outbound delivery, production material request, all action is create entries, okay, execute. Okay, this is the sender method, these are the method, save replica, delivery change, save replica, delivery change, request change. Okay, these are all the method via function models is got triggered. It says okay, and it has done. So WP0, if I want to see, it should be available somewhere down. Hmm. So this is our structure is now available. Here we can see this is our distribution model.
What exactly is the distribution model?
Yeah,
Is it like
so
standard of SAP or?
yeah, it is a standard SAP. So what happened like when we are creating the delivery, so if you look at our inbound delivery, the structure of our inbound delivery in ECC, and the information that we are accessing in EWM, okay, even though it's an inbound delivery, so that structure is relevant to the EWM component, okay, and what the deliveries we have is the ECC deliveries. What we are doing, we are sending our delivery, replicating our delivery into the EWM delivery, okay, and there we are performing our activities like unloading, put away, picking, internal movements. We are doing all the activities based on this deliveries. So for this one, so when we create the deliveries, we are sending that deliveries to this EWM component if it is embedded or in an external system, because we are entering the RFC also, that is the EWM RFC. And for this one, there are the objects that we have selected like deliveries we wanted to send, okay.
Okay. And like it was I saw it is like already maintained the name of the logical systems in the previous step. So like in case if that is blank, how we can find the name of the logical systems for AWM ACC or so.
Logical systems normally comes under the responsibility of the basis team, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Correct. So we need to ask them like what is the correct logical systems they're supposed to provide us,
Okay.
and then these distributions will be done it, okay. So it depends on project to project, either technical team will own or basis team will take the ownership of this distribution model, because it comes under the interface, okay. So if
Okay.
once we got correct information, we will be doing this activity.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay. So now we have generated our distribution also. Now the next step, sequentially, what we are doing now, we are creating, so in case if your system is decentralized EWM, it will be enabled. Okay, here we can check whether our system is decentralized or this one. It's not enabled means our is the system, embedded system.
So actually, like by default, system assume that it is a centralized system, right? You don't take that. It is centralized tick mark.
Yeah, so it is empty means by default it's a centralized system, means
Centralized
embedded
system.
system. We will call as embedded system. Okay.
Embedded system. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we are going to define our warehouse. Okay. Take a reference that will be easier. Okay. Here we need to define supply chain unit. Okay, that is a part of master data. Okay, supply chain unit is kind of the scope of your warehouse. For example, if you say that our warehouse is the this WP01 is storing the material, so we need to define the supply chain unit is belongs to the inventory. Then if our warehouse we are performing the good issue activity to the customer, so then it will be a shipping office. Okay, or it will be a receiving office, ROSO or INV. So that I will go and define. Either in master data or second check maintenance supply chain. And these are the type. Okay, so I'm selecting 008. 1008 is a warehouse. Okay. There are others also. According to the scopes, we need to select the type. So in our case, we will be having inventory. We will be storing the material. We will be issuing the material. It is purely warehouse. I will say create, and here I'm going to define the attributes. So this is inventory. Then we will be go to SIP office. Then we have shipping office. Okay. this is the minimum information that I am maintaining it, and I am assigning this.
Uh, can you please actually re-explain what is the supply chain unit
Yeah,
intended?
supply chain unit is the unit wherein we are going to define this unit belongs to which facility. For example, whether this unit is working as a distribution center only, okay, it is distributing it, but it is not receiving the material, or it is working as a warehouse wherein we will be receiving the material. That means you will be having a receiving office, then you are shipping the material. That means you would be having a shipping office. Okay, so we will be defining there in detail. Okay, so that when you create the inbound delivery, system will understand that this delivery comes under to this warehouse, and as per the supply chain unit, it belongs to this activities. So basically we are defining this supply chain activities within this unit.
Okay. So it's a, if I'm also doing the transportation here, so that transportation activity will also be assigned to this SCM
Yes,
unit, right?
exactly. That is
Okay.
also we need to define. Okay,
Okay.
so
Got
what
it.
you can
Got
do,
it.
you can start with the INV activities. Okay, and first
Hmm.
create with INV activity, and when you create the deliveries, then you will find out like we need to add that the shipping office activities also. So then later you add, then you will understand it better. Okay, so accordingly, if we are doing the transportation also, we need to add that one. So we will be updating accordingly. Then we have
Okay.
called as default party entitled. Okay, basically it is kind of legal entity having the authority to make a decision about the disposition of the goods. Okay, for example, selling or transferring of the material. This is called the default party entitled. It is similar kind of the plant. Okay, so we'll be creating business partner. Okay, and we will be assigned that business partners will be having a plant. Okay, for example, let me create one and we will assign this one. Extra number and I take. This is alpha numerical number and y is Okay, I will create this one later because when we are creating material masters, we require this business partner. We will do it later. And custodian in our case, it is not relevant. Normally, like if we have a third party logistic or other party designated to perform the warehouse operations, for them we need to define the custodian. So we are not using this custodian, only we are using this default party to internet. So I will going to define the warehouse number control. Okay. Yeah. So we will be taking the reference of this any other warehouse. So we are going to define the calendar. Okay, so the calendar is already exist. So we are extending this calendar to this warehouse. Okay, apart from that there are other settings is also there. Okay, that WBT warehouse process type we need to define and we need to add that we will add later. Here apart from this we will be KGL volume should be unit of meter kg meter cube. Define number range. Numbers 01 number range wave we are not going to define right now. We define for the warehouse order. Physical inventory. This is year dependent activity. Now we are going to assign this number range for our warehouse. We need to be careful here. Okay, so we need to search our warehouse what we have defined and now we will assign this like this.
So here basically we're having the same for the actually number range for the warehouse like task and uh, warehouse order, right?
Yes. So
So in case if
in
I have
that,
to like yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, yeah, so it is up to us like which number range we wanted to use it. Okay, so in my case I took it the same number range, so that means we will be tracking our warehouse separately. Okay, warehouse order and warehouse task. Okay, so whenever there will be any documents, we will be having a clear information that this is the warehouse number, within this we are going to perform this warehouse task. That can be the same number range, but like you are having a more warehouse task than the warehouse order. So what will happen? The consumption of the warehouse task number range will be more compared to the warehouse order. Okay, but as per our requirement, we can maintain that number range. Okay, uh, we can put our thoughts before doing these configurations for the projects. Okay, so that we need not to change this configuration later. We need to, this is the number range that we are maintaining for one warehouse. Okay, similarly, like if you want to different, for example, for your company you have multiple warehouse, you can again properly define that this warehouse will be having this number range and this warehouse will be having this number range. Okay, so that needs to do carefully, but in our case that won't be the issue. Okay, because we have defined the separate number range, but yes, the number range or the number will be same at any point in some cases. Okay.
So basically in the live environment, this two would be different, right? Ideally speaking.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, if they want to do that differently, they can do it. So, for example, PI documents we are creating yearly. Okay, so they will be having the idea like in 1 year, we will be utilizing this number range. I wanted to use like this. I am not like creating the number range from the number like the lowest number to the highest number kind of things. 1 to 99999 like that, so that I cannot utilize in between later if I want to do it. Okay, so this need to be do it carefully, what I can suggest. Okay, and in in projects also, they are defining the number range as per their requirement, and sometimes they wanted to revise the number range, they can revise it also. Okay, and also nowadays SAP has provided the cloud solution for the number range monitoring. Okay, because what happens, like because of certain number range you can assume that you are not able to deliver this material. Okay, there is kind of urgent issues that we have faced in the night shifts. By that time we don't get the urgent support and we are not able to maintain the number range. Okay, so now as a part of this solution manager, this is the cloud based solution from the ACP. Okay, cloud application, I would say that cloud ALM, it's called as cloud ALM. So now uh, through that tools we can do the monitoring, and we also get the alert on our mail. Okay, so that the the main concern is that it should not stop the business. Okay, so whatever the number range we are maintaining, we should be able to do it properly, monitor, and we are able to extend it as per the requirement. So the risks will be that the exhausting the number range. Okay, and we are also maintaining the number range wisely, so that we will make a space to utilize the number range for the next maintenance cycle.
Oh, okay.
we are creating so availability group assignment. As the availability is not available in our case, it is not available to maintain. Basically, we are creating one storage type in our warehouse. The storage type role is empty. This is a standard storage type. We are using it. Okay, and we will doing the confirmation of the put away. Okay, and then our put away rule for this storage type we are going to define as an 5 ohm is empty. Okay, so when the bin is empty, we are going to determine this bin. Okay, we are going to determine the bin for put away when it is empty. Similarly, we have stocking role control. So we are doing the confirmation, means when we create a warehouse task, we will be doing the confirmation. Okay, and later once our availability group is created, we will be assigning here. So this is the first storage types. Then similarly we have the another storage type here. WP01. Okay, here the storage type role is standard again, but here we are going to define that HU requirement. So there are three options. When we keep is empty, that means there we can store the HU or we can store the material without HU. Okay, but when we maintain this as HU required, that means compulsory we need to store the HU. Okay, instructions are same. This is now this role is different. This is called deconsolidation in good receipt. What is the role for this one? We are taking E means work center. This is the work center. We are going to define this as a work center. Now providing good receipt. So what is this? Staging area role. Okay, this role, storage type role is staging area. So what we are doing, we are staging the material in good receipt area. This is again the staging area. This is the good receipt area. Okay, I think
Uh,
this is
is
good
there
issue
not
area
a
and good
concept
receipt.
of like intim area here?
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Is there no concept of intim area?
interim area.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah. So basically, like interim area concept is there that will comes in case of LOSC, layout oriented storage control. Okay, in that we are we are having automated warehouse systems wherein we are creating the interim area there. Okay, so for that we need to create a separate storage type. Okay, but in this area as of now we have created one high rack storage type, rack storage type, then work center related storage type. Okay, and then this will be in case of good receipt and good issue, we will be using this storage type. Okay, for our requirement right now. So if we require to create an interim area, we will see it later. So now for this we are now checking, we are defining our storage section. So for each storage type there is two sections are there. Okay, so I'm creating like this. This is our sections. So in this staging area we will be defining like this area is belongs to good reset or it belongs to good issue. So this will be a control. Okay. And this is certain rules they have defined. Okay. So we will keep it plain as of now. Then we are defining activity area. So define the activity area. Common activity area. 1, 2, 3. Now this activity area will be assigned to activity. Okay. We will see. And we have to understand like how the physical activity area is assigned to other storage type. So here you can say the activity area 001 is a common activity area for the physical inventory. So now it has assigned to the storage types 10, 20, 34. So we are doing the same thing, same activity will be assigned to the storage type 10 and 20 because it is a common activity area. And later we'll be creating one separate activity area for picking. Okay, for this is 0010 and 0020 is another activity area. 1, 2, yes, yes. Now system determine that activity area is belongs to which storage type. After that, we are going to define the source sequence for the activity area. Okay, so so basically now activity area, within this activity area, activity is INVE is assigned to the storage type 10, 20, 30, 40. So what we are doing, we are also defining our activity. This INVE belongs to this activity area and it has related to the storage type 0010, 0020. After that, we will be defining that other activities belongs to the activity area. So for the activity area 10, there are three activities are related. One is picking, second is put away, third is replenishment. This is storage type change or stock transfer, I would say. Okay, and for 20 here we will define for 20 also the same kind of activities. Okay, because it is not only put away, we can remove the stock also. Once we create the storage bin, we will understand the significance of this configuration. Okay? What it says that we have not defined these activities in our warehouse. I have missed one step. Going back, define the activities. Going back again for the sort sequence for the activity area. we can use the generate activity area from the storage type. Means system will create the activity area 1:1. Okay. For example, your storage type is 0010. System will create the activity area as 0010. Okay. That we have not used in our case. Once we have done this, we
Can you
can.
just actually briefly explain once again this configuration of activity area?
Uh, So first of all, like in our warehouse, we will be performing warehouse activities. Okay. So what are those activities we are performing that we are defining here? For example, this is the warehouse 001. In that, these are the activities area. For example, you will be having the internal movement, physical inventory, stock removal, put away, replenishment, posting change. So these are the activities belongs to any warehouse. So for that we have defined the activities. Okay. Now we want to link this activity to the storage bin. Okay. But for that we have defined the activity at the warehouse level. Now as per the higher level we have defined. Now comes the second level is the storage type. How we are assigning this activity area to the storage type? Via activity area. So we need to define the activity area. So in our case we have defined the activity area 0001. Okay. This belongs to the common activity area, but there are certain activities area, those like 10, 20, 30, 21, 30. These are individual activity area. Simply we have created this activity area as per the storage type is equivalent to the storage type, we can say, other than 001. So our activities must flow to the storage types. Okay. For this, first we are assigning this activity area to the storage type. Okay. This is one assignment we have done. Okay. Now in what the assignment is missing now in this case, that activities are missing. Okay, we have defined the what are the activities belongs to warehouse, but as of now we have not assigned to the activity area and to the storage type. So that we are going to do in these steps. So in these steps what we have done, along with the activity area we have defined the activities and that has assigned to the storage type. Correct. For example, 0010 is having the different activities like pick, put away, replenishment. Okay. So these all the activities belongs to this activity area, and that is connected to the storage types. So now what happened, we will be creating the storage bin. Okay. So when I'm creating the storage bin for the storage type, all these activities will get copied there. Okay. When we are performing the sorting, so system what it will do, system will sort it sequentially and all the bins is got updated with the activities. Okay. So this, I think if we perform two more steps we will be understood very clearly. Is this clear as of now in
Yeah,
terms of activity
yeah, yeah,
activity
yeah.
area?
This, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it does.
So now we will see storage bin. So there are two ways to create the uh, a storage bin. We can create one by one manually or we can create via structure. Okay. So here we have certain storage bin types. Okay. So for example, block size 1, or the storage bin is having a 1 meter. Okay, so different types of basically we have the storage bin types. Okay, and similarly like we will be defining those different types. For example 2, we will be defining or using this one, block size 1, block size 2. Copy this for our warehouse. Then this is important, storage bin structure. So we are going to define our template, and in that we are going to give the start value and end value, and with this system will generate the storage bin for us. Okay, and then after that we will perform the sorting and we will verify all the activities are updated there or not. But before to that, I think one step I think I have missed. Let me complete as what we have decided, that 0020 storage type is also belongs to the activities that has not defined it. Okay, this one you are not defined for 0020, so I'm doing this one. So I will, for the reference, I will change it to display more. I will open one more screen. New it. Here like we cannot copy the records. Okay, means select and copy here and there because of the sequence number also get copied and is not allowing to save. But you can also try once whether you can do it with copying or not. For me there was some problem, so I prepared to do like this. and at the end we have defined the increment number. We have defined this. Okay, so this is one template. Okay, so this is for the 0010 storage type, so it is started with 0010. I will change that. This, this is 2. Belongs to the 0. Okay. We will see now what is the transaction used to create the mask pin. LS10, I think. Let me check once. Mask create storage. Okay. So how I have gone through, let me start it from the beginning. LS10. First I will click on detail. It asks me to display simulation, then create and save. Okay, we have created these. Okay. If I want to create manually, I can create like gr underscore 0. We need to enter the storage type. We need to set this one. This is how we need to create manually. We have created the storage bin. Then we need to sort it. SBST. LS10. Now we are doing the sorting. Simply I have entered the warehouse number. Okay, then again I am doing execute button. Okay, now you can see this, all the beans are related to INV activity, correct? We can see it is belongs to INV activities. That means we will be able to perform the physical inventory. Then we have internal movements, big, put away. Now again I wanted to see what are the storage bin that we have created. So our warehouse is this. This will be execute, check the bins. Bins are now available. Now if I come into this bin, checking the activity area, this all the activities are now available here. Sai, is it clear? If we have this activity, then and then only we can perform the relevant process, picking, put away, inventory or internal movement. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You are
sir.
audible.
Okay. Yeah. So now almost like we have completed this structure, correct? So we have created our data related to the ECC structure, and then we have created our warehouse structure. Okay, and after this we have completed this configuration till storage bin. So this configuration we have completed it, and our bins are also available. Now what will be the next steps that we need to perform? Okay, we require to create the material master, correct? Then maybe like we require to create the vendor, then create the purchase order, and then we need to create the inbound delivery, and that delivery needs to distribute this one. So this is the activities that we need to perform it. Okay, so I hope like till the creation of this structure, warehouse structure, is clear, correct? Any questions, any doubts? Maybe you can clarify it.
Sir, one thing.
Hmm.
You already know we are end users of this module, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, from what we saw today and yesterday, it feels like we just have to define stuff and implement it in a plant.
Okay.
I
Mm-hmm.
think that's how it works, right?
Yeah, yeah. So basically, see, like you were working as a end user, correct? So you would not be knowing like how we need to define this one, correct? So
Correct.
for this one, we are going through this topic. For example, when you got a requirement of now new warehouse, so what you will be doing it? So what you will, you just tell me like if you get a requirement that now there is a new warehouse that your company has acquired. Now what you like what will be your responsibility right now? Your role and responsibility is to work in that warehouse as an end user. Let's assume that new warehouse comes and now you're working as a customer. Okay, consultant, not a customer, consultant, then what will be your responsibility? So what you will be doing there? So you will be going there, you will be discussing with the business, you will be identifying what are the storage types there, correct? What are the storage sections? What are the storage bins that we need to create in the systems? Basically, you are going to define the warehouse structure, correct? Am I correct?
Correct. Correct.
Correct.
Yes, yes,
This
yes.
is the base actually. It is the base of your systems. Okay. First, you define this base. Then on the top of that, you will be performing your regular activities. Now, what the regular activities are doing it? That activities comes when we set up the systems. Now we are learning. Okay, how to set up the systems, and in case if you got a new requirement, okay, in which area you need to focus, okay, what kind of questions that you need to ask, what kind of interface you need to keep in the mind, okay, and which are the team responsible. For example, if the basis role is there, you should be able to contact them, okay, or there could be some requirement from the other side, okay, plant, okay, you will be discussing for which plant you wanted to create or map this warehouse, okay, you should require those details, correct? So once you know how to do this one, then you will be able to create your questions and you will be discussing in a workshop. Is that make sense, Prashant? No?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Apart from that, any other question?
For this practice purpose, they are providing some
Sorry.
specific tool for practice.
Mhm.
So we have not still now given the access.
You are
So we
not
are
got the system. So have you got any update by when they are providing the system access?
no still
No,
not
no.
moved.
Maybe you can just talk with them, na? Once
Okay, okay.
whether they can provide the user IDs and
Yes,
by
yes,
when
yes.
they can provide, because we have already started the classes. You can mention and
Okay.
you need to do the practice. So you're
Yes,
supposed to get the access.
okay.
Uh, Sir, can you provide us with this workflow or PPT maybe?
Yeah, yeah. We'll capture these screenshots and we'll share you. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So maybe like stepwise, like I will update little bit more here. So did you understand like what are the things we have done in this process? Anything that you want to add further here? Maybe free to add here. So I think activity area we have defined in more detail. So what are the things we have done in activity area? Fine. The activities. Then
Actually, going forward, and then we are going to look about like the all layout oriented storage and all of that as well, right?
sorry, Sahil. There is some drop in voice side.
Going
No.
forward,
Hmm.
going forward, we are also going to cover like the layout oriented storage control as well.
Yeah, we are going
All
to
that
cover our.
advanced
Yeah,
topics.
we are. Yeah, yeah, we are going to cover POSC, LOSC. Okay, so in that we need to define our process control, and we will be completing one end-to-end testings wherein you will be receiving the material, and after that you will be doing the deconsolidation. After deconsolidation, the material is moved to the different two storage types, okay, so that all these we will be doing this one, okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And if you could also like explain those fields that are into the storage type and storage sections, that would
uh,
also be good. They basic the key fields are there, right? And what are the actually significant? So that would be good.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So right now, like our storage types, we are defining as per the role. Okay. The significance of the role in terms of like storage types wherein we are performing certain activities like deconsolidation. There is a one activity, there is one station wherein you are getting one big box and we are separating these materials. Okay, so this is the activity that we are doing at that storage type. Then there is one storage type area is there wherein you are getting the materials and you are packing all the materials into box. That is called the packing storage type. Okay. Similarly, like when we are receiving the material, this is called as staging area storage type. The significance of staging area storage type means we are receiving the material there for the time being. Okay, and after that we will be moving this material to the destination bin. So as per the process, okay, so as and when we are going to the POSC process, accordingly there will be a certain needs of the storage types. Accordingly we will be adding that storage types and we are performing the process so that we will understand the complete significance of that one. Okay.
Okay, Anand.
Yeah. So activities, activity areas, then uh, link activities to activity, yeah, to storage type. And storage structure. Interface settings we have done or not done. That is pending. I think we complete that one. 5-10 minutes. We will complete that setting. Here I am doing the mapping of our warehouse with the ERP. This was pending. Mapping of the storage location. Okay, this is important now. For this mapping, for this plant and storage location, we require the availability group. So for this availability group, first I need to create the availability group. Okay, it is present in the group receipt process. Configure the availability groups. Okay, here we are going to define the availability group. We will define this to availability group. This is the one. Here I can mention in bracket like this is RMS lock. Okay, so that when I'm doing the mapping, I will able to assign the correct group. RM is for SF. This is non-dependent stock type. This is again a stock type. Okay. So these are the standard list of stock type present in the warehouse. So we will be assigning this stock type to our stock type. So these are the stock types. BB means block stock, FF means unrestricted, QQ stock in quality inspection, and block stock return. So these are the stock types. So standard stock types that I'm using WP01. WP02, WP01. Configure the stock type. Now both the availability group and stock type we are going to assign along with the stock type. So stock type is nothing but the uh, stock, like unrestricted stock, restricted stock, or block stock. Okay, so that has assigned by this B5, B6 is block stock. Then and like you can see like B5 is a block stock, but that belongs to which storage availability group? This belongs to 001 availability groups. So that means they are defining the stock type as per the storage location. Okay, just let me complete that configuration so that it will be more understood. Stock type configuration. So we have this block, block. This is the block stock. B4. So this is the F1 unrestricted use input away, and here we are selecting 001 means this belongs to storage location RM1. Okay, that will help me the description to assign to the respective storage location. Okay, in the other configuration, and the stock type is FF stock type. Okay, this is non-storage location dependent stock type. Here is FF, here is also FF, but as per the location wise the stock type has created. So if it is in other storage location, if it is unrestricted, we will be identifying with the stock F2. And here is this. WP01. This is stock in. And this is okay. This is the mapping we have done. And at the end, like we can assign the availability group that what we have created 001 and 002 the storage type. So we have created the storage type. You might have remembered WP01. We will be assigning 001 here. and 002 for 0020 storage type. This is semi-finished and finished material storage location. Okay, now this we have done, and now I can do this. Try to make your plant and warehouse number same so that you won't be having confusion with that when you are creating. And here, while doing the assignment, storage location, what is our storage location? 1001. 1001 belongs to which availability group? It is coming here out. Yes. Right. Now clarity. So WP02 first thing. This entry I need to do. Okay. 1001 is the raw material. So I should do raw material. I will assign this one. Yeah. Yeah, so according to this, I will obtain the similar entries. We have the two entries 1001, 1002 with proper availability group with the descriptions. So while the implementation, wherever we wanted to map it properly, you can give the description properly so that that helps you to do the configuration. Okay. Yes, so we have completed this interface also. So we did the complete setup. So what we will do, in next class we will try to create the material, vendor, and purchase order, inbound delivery. Okay.
I had one doubt.
Yes,
Uh,
please.
so during implementation, our objective is to keep everything as descriptive as possible, or keep it to keep it concise and to define as we go.
Yeah. So basically, like during implementation, most of informations that you are going to get it from the business. Okay. And you will be having a templates to collect the information from them. So in that case, if there are certain fields that is limited field is there, so in that case you need to tell them specifically that we require the information with some limitations so that they can prepare the data properly. Okay, so that kind of communication should happen. Okay, so basically business is the responsible to provide the data first of all, but from the configuration point of view, wherever you need to do the configurations for your understanding point of view and for the futuristic consideration, you need to provide certain informations, you know, so that that helps us to map it properly. Okay, because when we are saying that 001 002 and I'm not giving a proper description in between, so I will lost the, you know, information somewhere. So that is the idea wherein wherever possible we can provide a proper information. Okay, so that will not, that will help basically.
Actually, Anand, I have also a question.
Yes, sorry, please, please ask.
So, into the like the configuration we create, right? So, like, which sort of configuration are we going to do in the ECC? Like, which sort of configuration are we going to do into the decentralized like system? Can you
Hmm.
please like show us?
Yeah. So we talked about the embedded systems. Okay, that is centralized systems. We are clear about that one. Okay. Okay. Now comes to the decentralized systems, wherein as an EWM consultant, there will be your scopes will be defined. For example, you are working in a support project, I would say that, or in the implementation projects. In the implementation projects, they have given a two different consultants there. The one who is responsible to work in the ECC sites, okay, and one who is working on the EWM side. So from the ECC sides, the who is responsible to define the plan storage location, he will be doing it. Okay, and that information you will be using in EWM sites for the mapping of this warehouse storage locations. Okay, and in some projects wherein EWM consultant is responsible to create the plant and storage location also. So in that case, the EWM consultant needs to take care of that area. Okay, for example, like in some cases you also take care of the inbound delivery. Okay, so basically like the EWM scope start with the creation of inbound delivery. Any problems for the creation of inbound deliveries and all, you need to own that one and address. Okay, in case of shipping point requirement or some comes, okay, so you will be only taking care of that. The creation of purchase order and all, that is the responsibility comes goes to the other team, that goes to clearly to the ECC area. But is it decentralized systems,
No, no,
you
no.
will.
Actually, I do understand that. But the thing was, actually, let's say we have the supply chain unit into this, like as we configure, right? So where we actually configure into the decentralized system, in the like it WM server or into the ECC server. That's what it is.
Yeah, you will be having one box that is belongs to the ECC, is for HANA. Okay, one box, and other will be your S4 HANA only. But so whenever you are creating the EWM configuration related to the uh, SPRO, let's say, like I will tell it very specifically. SPRO. You will be responsible of all this configuration for the decentralized. By defining this, your system is a decentralized systems. You will be creating these master data, warehouse number, everything you will be creating it. You will be creating supply chain unit in the EWM systems. So you will be doing in this system only. All the things you will be maintaining in this system only. Okay, and here in this systems you will be having a plant. Okay, yeah, then you will be having the ECC warehouse specific settings that you will be doing this one. Okay, let's segregate the activities. That we will be performing all this activity 6 point onward we will be doing here in this S4 HANA EWM systems. Okay, creation of warehouse, number range assignment, storage type, creation of supply chain unit. This all will be happening in this. Okay, and regarding the master data. Okay, so supply chain unit is a master data in EWM only, but party entitled to dispose, this is the business partner. Okay, so that business partner we will be creating in here in these systems S4 HANA. In bracket I will call it ECC for better understanding. Here we are creating business partner. This business partner will be replicated here. It will be transferred here into EWM system. Okay, but regarding SCU supply chain units, we will be creating in EWM system in case of decentralized environment. Is it clear, Sahil? With respect to which activity, where we do, or you have some other
Yes,
question?
yeah.
Only the difference will be decentralized, wherein you will be having two different servers, and in S4 EWM you will be doing the configuration for this part only, extended warehouse management part only. Okay, and you will be having some configuration for the business partner. Okay, business partner. So business partner configurations, where it comes, this is should be cross application. Sap business partner. we will be doing the separate configuration in EWM. Maybe like EWM business partner configurations may differ from the S4HANA ECC configurations. So we will be doing the configuration for the business partner here, and we will be having the full configuration of the EWM. Okay. And apart from that, other systems, S4 HANA ECC, you know, like all the settings related to the MM, PO, SD, you will be doing there only. So in that case, we won't be having any setting for SCM, extended warehouse management, even though this node will be available, but there won't be any setting. Okay. Okay, so I will stop the recording.